G'day and welcome back to Salem's Travels. My name is Ben and this here is Salem. Today we're just going to show you how to use a relay to wire up an accessory on your vehicle. A lot of people don't know how to do it, so I thought I'd just throw this video together. It's pretty simple and makes a big difference to the performance of the accessory, as well as a safety element of not having high current wiring running through your switches and back through the cabin if you don't need to. Okay, so here we're wiring up some LED driving lights for the front of the Jeep here, and it's a pretty straightforward process. You can see here I've put the relay on the side. Now the first step when you wire up something like this is to make sure the wiring, your fuse and your relay is the right size to run whatever accessory you're running. Now these lights are 63 watts each, so roughly speaking, say that's 120 watts, and if we divide by 12, being 12 volt, that gives us our amp. So 120 divided by 12 gives us 10, so these lights should draw about 10 amps of power. So as long as our wiring's rated to 10 amps, everything will be good. Now to wire up a relay, it's really simple. You have one wire, that's an earth, and I usually just run it back to the screw that's holding the relay on. You've got one wire that goes to your light, or whatever accessory you want to power. You've got another wire which runs to the battery, so it gets power from the battery, and that's the wire I put a fuse on. And then you have another wire which is your switch. So you run, in this case I've just ran it to the light, so when the light is turned on it will trigger the relay. But this is also the wire you run back into the car to a switch, or however you want to turn it on and off. And if you look carefully at the terminals, you'll see each one's numbered. Usually on the back of the packet it has some pretty basic instructions on what each terminal does. Now the reason you use a relay is it stops you running a lot of power all over the car. In the old days you would run your battery wire to your switch and then you run it back to your accessory. And there's two problems with that. One, you're running a lot of power through your dash and there's a lot more chances for it to short out and give you problems, as well as being such a long run of wire, you've got more chance of losing some of that voltage in the distance. And the other problem is you're running a lot of power through, if you've got halogen driving lights, you might have 20 or 30 amps running through that wire, and to run it all through the switch wasn't real good for the switches. So by doing it this way, you're really only running high power from the battery to the relay and then to the front where the lights are. Now you have two kinds of relays, there's 4-pin and 5-pin. This is a 5-pin, so there's another pin inside that's not being used, and I can run another accessory. So if I wanted, I could have one driving light run off each pin. Well, as always, if you found this video helpful, then please give us a like, and if you want to see more from Salem's Travels, then hit that subscribe button. Hooroo!